How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Camber Energy CEI, which ended up having a nice green day inside of the market. I was telling you to keep an eye on that $1.50 area of support. If you see strength in that area, you can look forward to seeing a very strong move to the upside, and that's exactly what we got today. We also did have this on the daily morning watch list inside of the Discord, and I know a few members had the opportunity to take advantage of this. If you're not inside the Discord, I'm letting you guys know you're missing out. You can find the link down inside the description. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, especially going into tomorrow since we've been seeing a lot of momentum. And then afterwards, we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. Are shorts still heavily vested in this play? We're going to find out. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. Are institutions getting involved when it comes to purchasing shares? I feel this is very key to know because it does give us a potential bullish signal. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Camber Energy. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.90, being up 30.14%. On the low, it tested $1.53, and then on the high, testing $1.98, just shy of $2. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 253.885 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 209.78 million shares. So having this above average volume definitely was a big time benefit for CEI. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, yes, we're looking strong here at 75.14. So it tells us we're in the overbought territory, but no surprise because we've been enjoying a good run here. Now, when we take a look at the moving averages on the chart, we continue to be above the 100-day, the 50-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So when I was doing a video on Camber, I was saying the key areas you want to look out for is right here around this $1.50 area. And I also mentioned this inside of the Discord. If it could hold down $1.50, then of course you want to look forward to seeing a move to the upside, and we got exactly that because it ended up getting to $1.98. Remember, I was also telling you guys about this gap we have right here as well, right here around 189. So as soon as when we were able to pass it, going to 198 was of no surprise, but $2 would have been great. When we take a look at where it tested on the low right here at $1.53, you could see clearly this has been a proven area of support. So keeping this in mind, you could have a strategy in place where you can have your position here and then ride the run up like what we got for today. So seeing that we have resistance at $1.98, as far as going into tomorrow, I'm going to want to see us actually get to that $2 range. If we don't do that, then of course I'm going to want to see us hold up support right here at this $1.60 level. You can see this $1.60 level does show some support, and it's part of the reasons why I'm putting it out there, just in case the stock does decide to pull back. But even if it went back even further, then I'll be looking for some strength right here around the $1.55 area as well. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for CEI. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 2.9 million, updated 13 minutes ago, and the short borrow fee rate is at 7.25%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 21st, it was at 55.96, and then the close from yesterday being at 55.39. So one thing that we can clearly see, CEI has short squeeze potential written all over it. Many people are inside of this play. They want to see that move above the $2 range and seeing where it goes from there. So let's continue to be patient and also play this strategically. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CEI Camber Energy. So we can see here on the inflow is at 95.67, and then on the outflow it was 71 0.92. When we take a look at the breakdown, we can see on the large we had 32.02. On the medium we had 48.88, and then on the small we had 14.77. And keep in mind, this is in the millions. When we take a look at the outflow side, on the large we had 25.97, and then on the medium we had 36.68, and then on the small we had 9.27. So when we take a look at this breakdown right here, we could see on the small, as far as for the retail side, there was a lot of buying. Of course, there was some profit taking, but that's of no surprise. But for the most part, like I said, a lot of demand for shares on the retail. Now, as far as for the medium size, again, that was another surplus, being at 48.88 compared to what we saw in the outflow at 36.68. Again, the outflows, there was some profit taking, there was some selling, but no big deal whatsoever. And then when we take a look at the large, you can see we won out, because when we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, for today it was at 6,046.06. That was a surplus because it's taking the difference from 32.02 and minusing it from 25.97. So institutions are loading up on CEI shares. There's a lot of demand inside of the market, and that's part of the reasons why we saw some strong moves in overall price action, and we were able to respect the key levels and make that strong move before we got knocked down at around $1.98. But anyways, I'll talk about that further. Let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for ticker symbol CEI Camber Energy, I'm excited for tomorrow. We have been doing our homework on this channel, and I was telling you guys, look out for that area of support in that $1.50 range. It ended up going to $1.53 and then ripping all the way up to $1.98 before seeing some selling pressure. Also, on the daily morning watch list inside of the Discord, this was like the first stock on the list, and I was like, keep an eye on this, because I noticed inside of the pre-market that volume was picking up going into the open. And you guys know how much I talk about how important volume is when it comes to these particular type of plays, and as well as buying pressure. And that's why when we went on Fintel, we could see CEI continues to have short squeeze potential due to the fact that the short volume ratio is well over 50%. So when you have buying pressure coming into the play, that's where you see some very, I'm going to call it violent moves. So taking this into consideration and going into tomorrow, I would love to see us hold up the $1.60 area if we do decide to pull back. If we don't pull back, I saw inside the after hours, we were holding up $1.85 very well. But keep in mind, when going into the pre-market, you know, there's a lot of fluctuations because the volume is fairly low compared to regular trading hours. So you just want to see it being able to actually hold up key levels. That is what's the most important here. Do not get faked out what happens in pre or even in after hours. I want to make sure I'm being clear about that. Also, when we went and took a look at the order flow, there is still a lot of demand for shares. We're seeing it on the retail side, and we're also seeing it on the institutional side. There is some profit taking that is going on, but it's looking very clear that this stock wants to move and get above $2. And when it does do that, I just want to make sure you guys are prepared and you have a game plan and you're not using emotions if you're going to be trading this play. I want you to know, what is your profit target going to be? What is your entry and what is your exit? Do all of this before you push the button to buy, and as well before you push the button to sell, because I want to make sure you guys are successful when it comes to these plays, because they can be very volatile. And this is why I say, when it comes to short squeeze plays like this, you want to be attentive. You want to keep your eye on it. You just don't want to turn off your computer or put your cell phone down and walk away. It doesn't work that way. I know I sound like a broken record, but I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing success inside of the markets. And as well as when you're watching these videos and doing your homework and doing your due diligence, you're going into plays well informed. So I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll be talking real soon.